to the third session of the 2020 North Carolina Farm Bureau Annual Convention. I'm your president, Sean Harding. Few states can boast a diverse and beautiful landscape we enjoy here in North Carolina. From our majestic mountains to our beautiful seashores, our land and natural resources allow for a myriad of farms, offering a wide range of food and fiber products. In fact, North Carolina ranks third in the U.S. for agricultural diversity. Our communications team traveled across the state this year to highlight farmers of different backgrounds, different farm sizes, different methods, and different commodities. It takes all of agriculture, large, small, conventional, organic farms, male, female, farmers of different ethnicities, to make North Carolina the national and global agriculture leader that we are. Farm Bureau is the largest general farm organization in North Carolina, and we proudly represent all that agriculture is and will be in the future.
Mohamed Ahmedna, I'm the Dean of the College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences at North Carolina A&T State University. The farm is actually the 492 acre, which has been our largest laboratory for experiential learning for our students. So what you see here, the buildings that are being erected, one just behind me is the multi-purpose pavilion, which is designed to provide all year space for meetings, training, demonstrations, as well as expos for our farmers, for the communities, and then for our students and faculty as well. Next to it is the student and community garden, which allows us also to provide the local community the option to have own plots where they learn how to grow produce. And then the third expansion will be coming up just behind the pavilion, will be the urban food complex, which would include a dairy creamer, post-harvest physiology and food processing lab, a commercial kitchen, sensory evaluation, as well as a BSL-2 food safety simulation lab.
I'm Rosalind Dale, Associate Dean and Administrator for Cooperative Extension at North Carolina A&T State University. I am a parent of an A&T student. My son actually has an opportunity to work out here on the university farm, and so it also gives him an opportunity to transfer the knowledge he's learning in the classroom to practical experiences as well. And so the university offers, a wide range of academic programs. Of course, we feel strongly about those within the College of Ag and Environmental Sciences and the opportunities to build the future ag workers that we so desperately need.
What we learned is basically that the importance of having strong local food system that could buffer the impact of any disturbance from at the national level, and COVID has demonstrated that. We also learned the importance of having a strong and connected cooperative extension across the state, because that was a way for us to immediately react to emergencies and help our communities, the people we know, and then provide them help, simple help, even food distribution, mass distribution, and help from day one.
We're mostly an organization that provides face-to-face educational opportunities, and so we've had to transition those opportunities to an online format, and that includes some of our agriculture programs as well. And so we weren't able to have our traditional Small Farms Week, which is one of our signature events that we've done over 30 years, and we've had to make that a Facebook Live program to be able to announce our 2020 Small Farmer of the Year. We've done other program series, such as our Extension Extended series, to offer workshops via Zoom, and that way participants would still have the access to our educational programs without that opportunity to come and be with us face to face.
By nature, what we're teaching them is ways to improve their resiliency, that is in terms of diversification, importance of diversifying, and then using the best and most sustainable practices. And the third is to run their farms as businesses, so teaching them the entrepreneurship. But there is another angle that is coming up now, and especially, hopefully that would be a hook for the newer generation, is the technology-infused agriculture hopefully that could bring some of the younger generation into play.
Cooperative Extension still continues to be relevant. We're still adapting our programs to make sure that we're offering the latest information, research-based information to help families and youth and communities thrive, making sure that our 4-H youth have the skills that they need to be productive citizens and to be able to enter the workforce with STEM technologies and all of that. And so we're constantly changing and adapting. Extension is some of the extension that people know from 100+ years ago, but it's also 21st century. And we're here to serve the people of North Carolina.
North Carolina Farm Bureau's strongest asset is its members, including our female farmers. In the past year, we've seen our women rise to the challenge to advocate and spread the true message about agriculture.
We started out our year with our Vision Conference 2020. We had great vision for this year. Our vision kind of got, I guess, blurry or whatever you want to call it. But, you know, we as farmers and strong women, we've maintained, yeah, we're strong women and we want to hear from some strong women.
The bottom line is this. Farmers need every USDA and U.S. Department of Labor program that Congress has authorized to be well-funded, well-staffed, and operating at peak efficiency. We need a guest worker program that works for all of agriculture, seasonal and year-round. Finally, and importantly, we need to open the new markets in Great Britain and the European nation and anywhere else that there are hungry people that are needing to eat the safest, freshest, and most affordable food that is produced anywhere in the world.
In March, Wayne County farmer and Farm Bureau leader Lorinda Overman testified before a U.S. House Agriculture Subcommittee. She spoke about the struggles NC farmers faced over the years and the damage to her own family farm during recent hurricanes. 5 women represented NCFB during the Board of Directors trip to our nation's capital in February. They talked with lawmakers about the key issues they see on the farm.
Once you start rolling, and start telling your story, it starts coming out easier. And just talk to them like they're real people. They are real people. And they don't know unless you tell them.
Linda Pryor from Henderson County showed how a simple conversation could make a difference. She chatted with a White House staffer during a visit from the president. That led to an invitation for women in agriculture to participate in a conference call with White House staff members about efforts to support farmers and rural communities. More than 60 ladies participated. With safety supplies limited, our women stepped up and made masks during the pandemic. The donations went to healthcare workers, children's home workers, county farm bureaus, and churches. Some committees also gave sanitizer to law enforcement, while others donated safety glasses and N95 masks to their local clinic. The State Women's Committee chose Camp Dogwood for the blind and visually impaired in Catawba County as its service project for 2020. Thanks to county contributions and an online silent auction, the committee raised more than $1,800. In Onslow County, the Women's Committee raised more than $3,000 by creating and selling a 2020 calendar that highlights the different types of agriculture and farming in the county. Proceeds went to Ag in the Classroom.
Hopefully you all have had a chance to participate in the Highlight Her. I think that was a pretty cool idea to get to know our women and to be seen in a social media aspect about what our farm looks like and what we're doing.
In 2020, social media has grown as a storytelling tool for farmers who want to clear up the confusion about agriculture. A number of women now take their cameras along with them in the fields, on the tractors, and checking the livestock to show people what's happening and what real farm life is all about.
Here we go, together to the hayfield. Clouding up again, but we're gonna get it. Regardless. I mean, as long as it doesn't rain.
You could describe one of our female members, Martha Calderon, as a true American dream success story. She started out on the farm as a migrant worker. She's now settled with her husband in Catawba County, running 2 produce businesses and making a difference in the lives of other Hispanic farmers.
I guess we don't have time to brag.
She may not have the time, but Martha Calderon has plenty she could brag about. She's a wife, mother, farmer, business owner, and she's proof that hard work pays off.
We started as migrant workers in 1985. We used to work in Florida, Georgia, and then come to North Carolina. We moved 4 times a year.
That lifestyle quickly became a challenge for the Calderon family.
The moving around with the kids, picking up everything you own, your dishes, your covers, the kids' toys, changing them from school, looking for a house. So not so much a challenge in working, but the challenge on make sure the kids were okay and they were in school, they were doing good in school.
To give their children the best education, the Calderons made North Carolina their permanent home.
So we decided to stay up in the mountains in Haywood County. I think it was the early 1990s when we started sharecropping. We would send the money from Florida up here to have plants grow for us. They would sell it. Each plant would cost $1.25. So we bought as much as we could, and then we started saving.
The Calderons moved to Catawba County and started their 2 businesses, Calderon Produce and Calderon Peppers. The family owns 100 acres in the Vail community.
Last year we grew, for the first time, a little bit of hemp. But mainly our main products are tomatoes and peppers. We have 5 varieties of peppers. And then we have pickles and squash. So we have 2 or 3 main buyers that buy everything. Our product is basically pre-sold. We grow whatever they need.
Despite her family's success, Calderon knows farming is tough, especially in the Hispanic community. That's why she also donates her time and knowledge to Hispanic women farmers.
We basically a group of ladies connected somehow. The sister-in-law, my sister-in-law, the cousin of my cousin, mainly family members, to help them market the product to our buyers. We wanted to help the other farmers to grow their product and be sure that they were going to pay them. If it's $2, they get those $2. We talk about what seed, what plant, what, if there's any disaster declaration, or when we have a lot of weather damage or things like that, we always communicate.
In addition to this group, Calderon thinks more could be done to help Hispanic farmers.
Like WIP, there was 2018, 2019, a lot of them came to us because they didn't know how to fill out the applications, or because there's not the Spanish-speaking people in the places where it's needed. So I think that would be one of the main things. And the other thing is making sure the community is aware of where their food sources come from. It's not like they go to Walmart and that tomato, that pepper is going to grow there. I think that sometimes people are disconnected from their food sources, and that is why sometimes farmers struggle, because people they're not connected to their food source, and I think that's one of the things.
People are drawn to agriculture for different reasons. Some are born into it, others find it at a time when they need it most. That's the case for Davon Goodwin, who runs OTL Farms in Scotland County. The veteran needed a new career when his time in the Army came to an unexpected end, and it turns out farming was the perfect fit.
When I got on a farm, I don't know, I felt, reinvigorated again. I felt like life, and I feel like there's a connection between, humans and soil. I think when you put your hands in the dirt, it changed me.
That change came at a time when Davon Goodwin needed it most.
I got injured in Afghanistan in 2010. My vehicle hit a roadside bomb, and I suffered a traumatic brain injury, and I broke my L1 and L2 in my lower back. Before the injury, I was in school studying biology and botany, wanted a PhD in botany, wanted to travel the world. And that was the goal. And when I got into the accident, when I woke up, things were different. You know, I didn't want those things anymore. And I developed narcolepsy, you know, from the head injury. And that's what kind of led me to not pursue graduate school. And I met two doctors who had about a 500-acre farm, and they were looking for a new farm manager. And I applied, and that was the start of farming.
Farming turned out to be an easy fit for Goodwin, thanks to his time in the Army.
Military service and agriculture, it goes hand in hand, because it's the same discipline, the same persistence, you know, the same commitment to your community that a soldier has, that a farmer has as well.
His first ag job gave him a true feel for life on a farm.
So we had chickens, pigs, ducks, turkeys, grapes, hay, timber. There's a little bit of everything, you know, and it got me to figure out, you know, how do you manage land, you know, and how do you, set your farm up. And the grapes were already established on the property, so I got to learn how to, keep grapes going and establish new grapes and how to maintain a vineyard.
Goodwin used his knowledge to open his own produce business. OTL Farms is located off Highway 501 in Laurinburg. Right now, 3 acres are devoted to muscadine grapes. He hopes to eventually expand to 8 acres of pick your own.
We want to be able to make sure that this farm is open to the community as much as possible. We don't want people just to drive past it all the time but don't have access to it.
Community is important to Goodwin.
After the injury, I kind of felt like I wasn't serving anymore. Because, when I got injured, my Army career ended on somebody else's terms. And so kind of fulfilling that commitment is farming and be able to, give my community fresh fruits and vegetables and be able to, serve them in a different manner.
Meanwhile, Goodwin has turned to his community to help ease his transition into farming.
They see me out here and look like I'm doing something wrong, somebody will stop over and say, well, you may want to do it this way. And so everybody, a lot of the older farmers that are in the community have been a great resource for knowledge. And I asked them a ton of questions.
Another thing that helped Goodwin, the Farmer Veteran Coalition.
And this organization I've been involved with for the last 5 years, it's amazing. It brings veterans together. And that camaraderie that you kind of lose when you leave the military and leave your service, you gain that through the coalition. They have a Homegrown by Heroes label that you can label your product with, so your consumers know that it's raised and it's done by a veteran. And they also have the fellowship fund that we were awarded a couple years ago that kind of helps you buy equipment and get into it.
The FVC recently announced a new chapter for North Carolina.
I think that would help a lot of other veterans get into farming because number one, farming can be scary when you're first doing it. Especially when you're not from a farming, family. You can find a veteran that's farming near you and you can, go and kind of, get your feet wet in the farming. I'm excited about, what the coalition is going to be able to do here in North Carolina, and I think that since we're such a military-heavy state, I feel like, our membership will definitely grow. Probably, we hope for it to be the biggest chapter, in the country. And I think, we're grateful that, Farm Bureau is able to be there and assist us as we need to.
We appreciate your time. Our convention is winding down, but we're ending strong. Tomorrow, American Farm Bureau President Zippy Duvall joins us for a Sunday devotion, and I deliver my annual address. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.